Alright, Sonic Origins Plus has been out for just about a week now, and I've had a few people asking me, what are my thoughts on this release, on this game? And yeah, yeah. So, this isn't going to be a review, this is going to be just my personal thoughts on this release. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a back end story, Sonic Origins came out a little bit ago, and it was a great bundle that had new retro engine releases of Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD all in one nice package with some museum content, bonus content here and there, and generally just a bit of polish. The original release, a lot of people were pretty critical of it because there were some issues here and there. I know I had some issues with it as well, especially mislabeled music content, some wonky physics stuff here and there, especially with Tails getting stuck, things like that. Well, the current release that you can get right now, I'm happy to say that I think they've squashed a lot of those issues, which is great. So if you were to play it brand new today, or you're to go back to it, and if you haven't played it since launch, I think you're going to be pretty happy with the current state of Sonic Origins. And now with Sonic Origins Plus, now it hopes to be a well-rounded release with some extra content. Now, is that true? Is it worth playing? Is it worth paying your hard-earned money for Sonic Origins Plus? Now, yes and no, and I'll tell you why. So, in the end, if you're really hoping to have a great collection with new stuff, a lot of new stuff that you didn't get in the original Sonic Origins package, then you might be disappointed with this. Now, if your expectations are in line with the features that they announced for it, so you get the essentially complete library of Sonic Game Gear titles. I don't think they're missing any. They're hopefully not. But you get the Game Gear titles in there. You also get Amy Rose as a playable character throughout all of the titles, excepting the Game Gear games, of course. And you also get Knuckles as a playable character in the games that Knuckles could not play, like Sonic CD. So you get all of that, which was clearly advertised, and if that's what your expectation was going into it, that's what you're getting. There's nothing really extra. Maybe you get like a bonus picture that you can unlock based on achievements that you do, which is cool. I mean, it's neat, but you really gotta kind of weigh the pros and the cons here. It's a $10 extra pack on top of the $40 US, of course, that you would have spent on the original release. So if you're if you bought it originally, you're gonna be paying $50 US for the complete package. If you were to buy it today, whether physical or you were to buy it digital, it's $40 US. And is it worth it if you want to get a physical copy of Sonic Origins? Yes. Is it worth it to you if you want to get a physical copy of Sonic Origins Plus? No. And here's why. The Origins pack, the Plus pack, I should say, that would normally cost you $10 separately, it's included as a downloadable code in the physical releases. So the physical releases themselves are kind of nice for Sonic fans. They got a little art book in there, which is kind of neat. I'm not sure if there's anything new in there versus some of the other art books and releases and whatnot that are out there. A lot of it looked like it was very similar. You get the main game, the Sonic Origins game, on the disc or card, for Switch, and you get the game code for the DLC pack, and you get a reversible cover with it. So it's a neat package. I was kind of hoping that, and there were rumors flying around before launch for the physical edition, that you were getting the code and not it on the disc, not the complete experience on the disc. So I kind of went into it knowing that, but yeah, it's kind of disappointing, especially with the previous release of Sonic Mania Plus, which had all of the content, I believe, on the disc and the cartridge. So that was kind of a standard I hope they had lived up to, but they did not. It might be just insignificant to some people out there, which is fine. That's cool. But if you wanted it all on one cartridge or disc, just know that you're not going to get that. If you want the retro engine versions of the main 16-bit games, yes, this is totally worth it to you to do that. All in one package, even though the individual versions have been delisted on the digital platforms that they originally were on. That's kind of a downside, but we're just talking about this release here and not the overall landscape of availability of games. That's for a different video. Would you want this? Is this worth it to you if you want the Game Gear games? Yes. Master System games? No, they're not in here, which is unfortunate because some of the Master System versions of games, I believe, they're just better versions, in my opinion. And the Game Gear games have come out on previous compilations before, so it's not really, most of it isn't totally new, but I digress. Is this worth it to you if you're an Amy Rose fan? Heck yeah! Yeah, playable Amy Rose with her own unique hammer attacks throughout all of the original Sonic games. Perfect. That's awesome. I kind of wish Metal Sonic was in there, but that's just me. Is this worth it to you if you were hoping, dreaming to have Sonic 3 and Knuckles original music restored on top of that $10 fee? No, it didn't happen. So let's not expect that to happen. You'll have to play the original versions of the game, or if you're on PC, probably mod. There's probably a mod already out for it. I mean, it's been a week, so most likely. But that being said, is it worth it to you? Yes or no, depends on what you're looking for. Now, at the end of the day, if you're jumping on this brand new, if you're buying it for the current full price and you're getting everything, whether it's digital or it's the physical edition, I think it's a great package for $40 US to jump into. So definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. If you're a fan, if you want to get back to versions of the game that I think they're very good versions of the game. They're not 100% perfect, but they're essentially they're recreations on the retro engine. So it's probably it's the most faithful. I feel like you can really find it without playing the original versions. Well, we're talking about faithful, and you're talking about 16:9 widescreen. Anyways, they're really great versions of the original games on modern consoles and platforms. So I think if you're a Sonic fan, an original Sonic fan, there's a lot to love here. You've probably already played the classic games forever, but I think I've been waiting. Personally, I've been really waiting to play a console version of some of these games, like Sonic 2, Sonic 1, Sonic 3, Knuckles in widescreen, high definition, in probably some of the best presentation that they've seen in a long time. So I think this is a great version of it. Is it perfect? It depends who you ask. I think it's a great version currently. When it originally released on Origins, again, I said there's a lot of bugs, but if you were to buy it today, I think you'll be very happy with the release on it. Is it perfect? No. Are there some things I personally would have liked to see in this? Yes. Where's Knuckles Chaotix? I don't know. It doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist anymore. But anyways, with those nitpicks aside, I think, you know, new Sonic fans, old Sonic fans would really enjoy this release, especially since you're really seeing a great representation of the original games on here. It's very, there's been a lot of fan service that have been, and a lot of attention and love that's been put into these releases. So I think you'll be happy with it. Is it for everybody? No. Is it worth it for everybody? No. If you already bought Origins, $10 DLC, not too bad, especially if you want to play Amy Rose in all games, you want to play Knuckles in all games, and you want the Game Gear games all in one package. I think it's great. If you're looking for anything more than that, then it might not be worth it to you. But that's just my opinion. I think you'll enjoy it though, regardless. Most people will enjoy it. And yeah, I hope to look into some other Sonic compilations and versions of Sonic that have come out throughout the years, hopefully soon. But in the meantime, this is a really great way to play it now, today, buying it from your local retailer, online retailer, or digital retailer. I think it's a great way to play it. So as a Sonic fan, I can definitely recommend to most people, except for those people that maybe have different expectations from this, or wish everything was on the physical release. Then you might be disappointed. But all right, thank you so much. Have a great day, and game on.